Good evening. Today is the 9th of May and this is Heath shopping centre, which is near Southampton, and here we are for the bi-monthly Heath Classic Car Club gathering. It's quite late on the day, it's about 6:30. There are meetings that happen within the club twice a month at the moment, and one of them actually happens in the evening, which is today. I need to go to a Volvo Owners Club meeting quite soon, so I'm not going to spend too much time doing this. Hopefully we can get most of the cars that turn up anyway, that'll be good. So we'll start off with this Porsche 356 Speedster replica. My suspicion is that this car is based on a Beetle chassis. Obviously the original 356 was similar to the Beetle anyway, but I think this is replica. I don't think it's an original one. We know it's the same one because we've got the tennis ball in here. And a very, very nice TVR Griffith with various sort of voxel bits. Now I'm reminded actually of somebody who commented last time I filmed this car that actually the rear lights are off a Mark III Cavalier and they're not off an Escort. I should have known that really. There's many reasons why we call these a Shambolic shuffles views, but that's one of them. We get things wrong all the time. And there are the good old Mark III Cavalier bits in there. Very nice car though. This is the sort of thing I'd love to have a go in. I don't know if I ever will have a chance to, but you know, that's very nice. 92, 93. And we've got replica. There's actually quite a few of these in the club. This one I've not seen before. I don't know what kit this is based on. This one's by Dax and other manufacturers. Let me just see if I can go down here without getting run over the ears. Getting run over is not my favourite thing. At least the form bushes aren't here, and I can't fall into those. That's good. So we've got, I think that's an XK 150 as far as I know. Just let this gentleman do his parking whilst he waits so we don't get sort of squeezed between the two cars. There we go, that's good. Lovely colour and lovely interior. Beautiful car. Yeah, XK 150, maybe about 1960, something like that. I'll just skip the Lexus for today. Ooh, a Porsche 911 Targa. Very nice. 83, 84. I think we've seen this before somewhere. Guards red. Very, very, very polished wheels. My goodness me. See my reflection in those. Isn't that lovely?
No steering, no ABS, nothing. It's completely raw.
Could be sort of American style overrides. I think in America those are even bigger, to be honest. First MGB of the evening, 1966 on a D. Sort of early dashboard in here, things like that. It's not a really early one. Those would have different door handles. This, 66. Nice and clean in here. You can tell it's show season already, can't you? And then something else really delightful. This is a Austin A60 Cambridge estate. Relatively late. They finished in 69, I think, the Cambridges. This is sort of 67, 68 on an F. That is in really, really nice condition, actually. That's beautiful. Typical sort of two-tone colour of the era. The later versions of these were not badged as Austin. There was a Morris Oxford, and then I think the Wolseley 1660 did till 71, but the Austins went out in 69 for reasons I don't quite understand. We've got a Skoda here. This is an Octavia. It's not the Octavia that most of us think of. It is a much earlier one. I think it's around a 61, 62 from memory. Right, we'll go on to the next row straight away because we haven't got an awful lot of time this evening. And then, ooh, a Jeep, fantastic. You don't see many in this sort of colour scheme. Most of them are in the Army colour schemes, aren't they? Fantastic. And of course, we're now getting onto cars I've actually driven. This 72, 73 E-Type with a beige leather interior and a very nice wooden steering wheel. I did enjoy this car very much, viewers, but I would recommend not having very large shoes in there because I had some thin shoes and I barely fitted in there with my size 10 feet. But that's a very nice car. It's one of my favourite cars I've ever driven, this E-Type. It was even better than the 4.2 2+2 that I drove in 2020. And then a TB5. Wow. I think we've sort of reached the peak, viewers. Does it get any better than this? I mean, some of you might prefer the coupe as in Goldfinger. Some of you might prefer the convertible version. I think that is That's very nice. Very, very nice indeed. We got some Bentley action. Yes, a W12. That's exactly what it is. A Continental GT. The year of this, I don't know. I'm afraid I have no idea. It'll be quite recent. It's all I can really tell you. So there we go. Yeah. And then a Merlin. This is an unusual thing. I don't know what these are based on. Got various bits in here that look quite familiar, but I can't remember what these are based on now. There we go, Merlin sports cars. My feeling is it's Ford based, but I could be wrong about that, like I'm about so many things. I've got a Morgan here, a dark green, a beige leather interior, and a wood dashboard with a wooden steering wheel. This is the sort of specification we like, viewers. Someone's obviously put into my mind and seen exactly if I wanted a Morgan Plus 4, but this is the one I'd have. Excellent. And we've got this thing. What's this? I don't think I've ever seen this sort of one of these before at all. Those are Vauxhall Chevette bits actually in there, so that, if that means anything. Yeah, those of you, hello, those of you who kind of have more time than I do at the moment can do a registration check on this car and find out exactly what specification it is, but I don't know. What I do know is I'm hoping to have a go very soon in a Mark 6 Escort Cabriolet, like this one. Not necessarily this car, although it would be nice, but one that I think Great British Car Journey got one of these, and I've been trying to film that for ages. It hasn't quite happened yet. This one, 97, 98. I think they stopped production of the Cabrio in 98, so it's quite a late one. Obviously, currently based on the Mark 5, but with number of additions. And then we've got a different gear lever in there for some reason. I don't think we've got any aircon, so it's not the top spec one. That would have had aircon and other delights, I'm sure, in it. Then we've got a 64 Austin Mini Cooper. Look at the condition of this. This is beautiful. Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel will be absolutely delighted that I have filmed this. I have no doubt whatsoever. That is rather agreeable. And we've got a Ferrari. I think this is a 458 Italia or something. I'm not very good on, you know, the modern Ferraris, I'm afraid. They're pretty bad. So I think that's a 458 Italia. I could be completely wrong. And then we've got another old friend here. This is a 1992 Vauxhall Cavalier Mark III GSI 2000. I've had a chat with the owner about this car, and yeah, they're worth a fair bit of money, these. I mean, a standard sort of Mark III Cavaliers, which is the one I drove on No Budget Reviews in September 2023, you can still pick them up for under £1,000. This, no way. We're talking above £5,000 for this car, if not quite a lot more, actually. But it is very, very nice. We've even got some headlamp wiper action as well, which is delightful. And we've got a Series 2 E-Type as opposed to a Series 3. I think this is Primrose Yellow, this colour. I forget. But it's very nice. This is, we've got the long door. Have we got any back seats? Yeah, it's a 2+2. I don't know whether these are really sort of affordable cars. I mean, E-Types are a little bit less expensive than they used to be, but probably not affordable in inverted commas. And then we have this descendant, not the direct descendant, but you know, 2 generations down, this 1997 Jaguar XK8 with what we call the classic interior, which means a beige leather interior with a massive slab of wood on the dashboard. Exactly how we like it. In fact, I drove this car back in March actually on the channel. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it very much. What I'm looking forward to, perhaps even more, is this Mazda 121 that has just come into the ownership of Jim, who's had lots of cars featured on the channel, and this is on the list. His daughter is currently learning to drive in this. It is a 93 1.3 GLX. It's got quite a few options on it as well. It's got the sun top, and power steering, electric windows, things like that. It's actually in really nice condition. Didn't spend a bit of money actually putting it back on the road. It's been off the road for a few years. It's got this really weird sort of bumper on it. The place where it came from was a couple of miles from where it was actually bought, and original plates are all still on it from Hildebrand Mazda that I well remember myself, which is in Chandler's Ford. But that is very special, so I'm looking forward to having a go in that at some point. I've asked him and he has said yes, which is very nice of him. So we're looking forward to that at some point, viewers. They're very rare cars, those. We've also got this delightful 1983 Ford Fiesta 1.3 gear. This is a late Mark 1. It's actually the sort of final facelift for these. There's a very slight difference, I think, between these and this 1980 facelift. I don't know where the owner is. If I can find him, I'll ask him again if I can have a go in this, because, yeah, that would be rather nice. That would be very nice indeed. I wish every car that I filmed at an event had a little plaque on the back to tell me what it is, because that's quite handy. It's a 1937 Riley Lynx, and it's got a Porter plate on it, which is pretty close to here actually. So this car's clearly been a few places and come back to where it was originally registered, which is nice. I don't know much about these, to be honest with you, but that is absolutely beautiful. Getting someone's way here. Right, we've got more sort of co-breaker action here. This one, at least, based on a car from sort of the early 80s, but the actual date of certification, I have no idea. What I do know is we've got more Ford parts in there. That's all I can really say. And that is a very, very nice colour. Another one here where you have to probably be... Oh, it's got to run over there. Be very, very careful that you don't burn yourself on the exhaust as you get in and out. That, I think, is a car I would probably not buy myself, because I would be too clumsy and burn myself every single time I got in and out. No such problems here with this Porsche 911 Cabriolet. What have we got here? So 8889 on an F. This is one of the very last of this shape, because the 964s came in, I think, in 1989. The very last of these are on a G. I think even some early 964s were on an F as well, but that's very nice. We've got a nice little whale tail on there as well. Same year as this Mini Rose. You've seen this before. We actually saw this earlier this week at the Pop and Fly-In, and at Lock's Heath many times as well. It's a very rare special edition, according to Mini expert Mr. Bill, who knows more about these things than I do. But it's locally registered here as well. TP was an old local plate. And we've got Pete to pick up. He's here as well. 81 and 82 Mini pickup, one of the late ones, who's had some sort of work done to get through an MOT or something because of rust. What else is new? Don't see where the dummy is today. Dummy doesn't need to be here. Never mind. I remember seeing this Mini Club. I think we saw this at Popham on Monday as well, this particular one. Yeah, it's a very late club. They finished, I think, in 1981, and this is a W80 to 81. We've got original spec Leyland wheels in there as well. Yes, with a plug hole of despair. Fantastic. It's a bit of a contrast with this Bentley Continental Speed. Again, I think this is quite a new one. Some sort of year or anything else, I don't really know. Personal plates don't particularly help me when I sort of want to identify cars, but that's fine, because people who have cars like this are perfectly entitled to put a personal plate on if they want, which is good. Like this, I think this is a DB11 as far as I remember, and someone's got a very appropriate plate on here. You never could buy those DB10s. They were literally just made for the film Spectre in 2015. This is the 11 though, which is the sort of real model in production, and that is that's nice. We've got the trikes here as well. We've seen these before, I think. Oh, and a Wolseley. Is this a 699 or a 611? And some of you, if you are into your older shows, will remember a series from the mid-60s called Gideon's Way, where these were incredibly prominent. They were all black, and most of them were sort of police registered. I don't know how many of you will even have heard of that, but yes, it was made by ITC, who made all sorts of very exciting shows in the 50s through to the mid to late 70s, actually. I love ITC shows. So that reminds me of Gideon's Way very much. Look at this dashboard as well in here. I think we've got a column change on that one. That Corvette's ready for someone to park up, and we'll keep going for the meantime. Maybe we've got a Data Marso Pantera GTS. Excellent. If that plate's the real year of the car, I don't know if it is or not, but if that is the case, this is a really early one. That's like a 71, 72 plate. I don't know exactly if that is or not. The mirrors look a bit more modern to me, but well, I'll have to see. Daimler Dart here, with a very nice biscuit leather interior. I think we've seen this one before as well, actually. It's a shame about the fact that Jaguar couldn't keep it in production alongside the E-Type. I think sort of the politics of keeping a car that's designed under the BSA ownership sort of kind of killed it off, really, and they couldn't really have two in their lineup. I forget the model name for these. I mean, I know it's a Mustang, but there's a sort of generation of them that this is part of, and I forget what it actually is called at the moment. But yeah, that is not one was ever sold over here, actually. Never got them officially this time. Obviously, you can buy a brand new Mustang from a Ford dealership now if you want to. This one, 94, 95 on an M. Got a very sort of nice sort of beige cloth interior. There we go, let's see that. And increasing in value as I'm anywhere near it is this 1986 or 87 Ford Sierra RS Cosworth hatch. I think they only made these between 86 and 87 from memory. Not an RS 500, which immediately was even more valuable, but that is in superb condition. And I'm very appreciative of someone actually taking that this evening to bring it here. Also a valuable old Ford is this 73-74 Ford Escort Mark 1. Mexico. Oh wow. Now is this a real Mexico? Yes it is. It's a 74 and it's a real Mexico. There are lots of sort of replica Mexicos out there, which isn't really a problem, but if that's a real one, that'll be delicious, and it's a very sort of appropriate colour for that sort of time as well. And we've got a 2015 Porsche 911. I forget exactly the model now. I think it's a 991 these, if memory. I could be completely wrong. It's not really my sort of speciality area, stuff like this, but that does look very fast. Also very fast is this 1972 MGB GT. It started life as a standard four-cylinder car, and I think this is the fourth engine it's had. It's a 4.6 litre V8 with all sorts of modifications. I have driven this, and it was absolutely terrifying. It was one of the scariest cars I've ever driven. Brilliant, but scary. Just looking over here, we've had a couple of other things turn up as well. MG Midget. This I think is a late Mark III 72-73 plate with the squared off arch. I have driven one of these. It was 68, which is a bit earlier than this, but I think the mechanical package generally is sort of the same as this later one there. Oh, very nice views. It's not falling the hedge. 4.2 litre Jaguar XJ6 Series 1. Let's just let the gentleman park his Corvette Stingray first. That is very nice as well. We're doing well in terms of nice things to look at. We're doing extremely well. Right, let me move out of this gentleman's way and then we'll continue. Ooh, viewers, an E21 BMW 3 Series. Don't see too many of these. I think I might have seen one over at Shedfest, but I can't remember apart from that. That is amazing. Left-hand drive one as well. On a Northern Irish plate. 2.8 injection. I think this is an injection special, actually, looking at the interior. 84, 85. We have seen this before as well. I mean, how can you go to a classic car event and not have a Capri there? What on earth is this? A Mini Bug. I mean, definitely based on a Mini, built at some point in the 70s. We've got Metro bits in here as well. That is completely insane. Wow. 72-73 on an L. I've never seen one of those before in my entire life. Lighting's not particularly great in this bit, but we've got a Lamborghini. I think this is a Murcielago or something. I'm really bad with Lamborghinis. Forgive me if that is incorrect, but here it is. It is here. Very sort of typical colour from the mid-2000s, I suppose. And then a TVR. I think we call it a TVR Wedge. I forget what these rear lights are off. It might be unique to the car. I don't know actually. Someone maybe tell me in the comment section below. A TVR Wedge 350i. I think we've got some. Oh gosh, you've got the same stalks in here and the same steering column as like an early Metro or something like that, or actually the stalks are the same as a Lamborghini Diablo and a Marina Allegro and everything else, so that's fun, isn't it? 1929 Ford Model A. We've got a Model T for sale as well. I mean, I don't really know much about stuff that's this old. I mean, this car is 95 years old and it's still here. Isn't that completely fantastic? GZA magnet with an old local plate on it. I think we saw this at Popham the other day actually. Yeah. And then this Rover 3500S just turned up, which is a manual. I forget the name of this colour now actually. Is this like some harvest gold or sand glow or something? Interior is very nice. Look at this. Beautiful. It's probably the most desirable specification for one of these actually. 1963 Chevy Corvette Stingray. I mean, personally, I prefer this Jaguar, but then, you know, I'm that sort of person, aren't I? You'd expect that. So I have been offered to go in this, but I'm just trying to sort out whether I can actually get insurance for it. It's funny with stuff like this, you know. You've got to do it legally and everything. But yeah, it's very nice to be offered to go in something outrageous like that once in a while. Then we've got a Series 1 Land Rover as well, which has got just sort of nothing. There's a fold-down windscreen, and we've not put the side screen of the top on. Isn't that absolutely, utterly fantastic, though? So, and again, it's fantastic. This 1988 to 89 Ford Fiesta Mark II XR2i. That is in really nice condition, actually. It's a very late one. Finished production about sort of February, March 89, I think it was. So it's quite late for a Mark II, but that is really nice. Pepper pot wheels and the highest spec dash in here and everything. We can just through there. Yep, highest spec dash in that one. Also nice is this Ford Anglia that almost ran me over. This is the Anglia Super. It's a 123E model, 65 with some moon disc wheels. I wonder if this has got a bit more power than standard. I don't know, possibly. I'll have to see about that. And then an SW20 Toyota MR2, because why not? I mean, that is quite delightful, really. It's quite nice. I like that. I really need to get hold of one of these for sort of review. I've only ever done a Mark III MR2 on my channel, which is very different from one of these. Austin Cambridge just turned up. I don't know if this is the A40 or A55. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. A50 that one is. I got completely wrong as usual. But Riley's going. Let's go over here. It's probably a bit safer if I stand here. This Escort Mark 1 is often here actually. I've seen it quite a number of times. Very sporty looking. All two-door Escort Mark 1s and Mark 2s are obviously very expensive now. This one is a K plate, so 7172. Wow. This little Mini here next to this BMW, I think it's an X1. It's like kind of the smallest sort of SUV BMW do, and yet this Mini is just minute next to it. Ooh, a Ferrari F355 manual too. Excellent. So 69, I think this is Morris Mini Cooper S Mark II, late Mark II. They finished on an H, I think. This is a G. So yeah, quite a late one. I think we've seen that one before. And then we'll go next down here, another TVR here. I think this one is a Chimera, 1997, sorry, 7 it is on a P, 96-97. Yeah, Chimera with the Mark III Fiesta rear lights for some reason. They've allowed me to park the Volvo in here especially. I wouldn't normally just sort of barge my way in, but I haven't got much time, and also because I'm filming, they're being very generous in letting me park it there. Normally I'd give them a bit more space than that. So right next door is this MGTD. This is a 1950, I think, this one. Sorry, 52. I do apologise. It's 52. The TF came in, I think, 1953 or so. So there wasn't much room between the two in terms of the production. I think we just went from one to the other, because TF's really, the early ones anyway, there's a facelifted TD. Later ones had a different engine, of course. Porsche 8. Very nice. I'm not sure I've seen this before, but I like it anyway because it has a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers, as you know. That is just original plate actually. It's 88, 89 on an F. And we got this Fury. Now this is something that the gentleman who owns this has said I can have a go, but again it's like the Aston Martin. It's a bit of a strange one because I can't find this anywhere like an insurance database. It's sort of like its own thing. Obviously it's very, very exciting. It's got a nice Lancia engine in it. I think it's actually a Fiat twin cam with Lancia sort of bits on the top. And 2 more Ferraris just turned up. This is an evening that I don't think I'm going to forget in a very long time, viewers, because this is superb. I can smell that from there. Anyway, we're going to continue what we're doing. 1965 Ford Mustang, so an early one. The first model year was like 64 and a half, like the one in Goldfinger. But this is a 65 on the C. It could be a 66 actually. Later ones would have been. That's nice. And then we've got a Alfa Romeo 105 Series Coupe. This is the 2000, which is 74, 75 on an N, which is fantastic. Those are really nice cars to drive. If you can get a hang of a driving position, which is a little bit interesting. Then we have this extremely early continuation MGTF. This is a 2008. There are only ever 2 specifications for the continuation car, made between 2008 and 2011, with the N series engine, not the K series, the N series, which is a modified K series. And apparently, the head gaskets don't blow on these. I asked the owner about it. He's had it from new. He's had it about 16 odd years actually, and he says he's never had a problem with it ever, which is good. Then we have Lotus Elan Plus 2. This was certainly here last time we were at Locks Heath. And they're not common these, are they at all? That one is on a case, so it'd be 71, 72. Another Lotus here, but this time a Cortina Mark 1. I think this actually is a real one. It's a 65, and it's absolutely delightful. Still got those campaign for nuclear disarmament style rear lights and everything. We can have a look at the interior if this will crack in the window. Marvellous. That is quite a valuable car these days. Oh, viewers, now this is very special. 1996, 1997 Ferrari F355 Spider. It's not the F1 version, that would have been the I think semi-auto or whatever they called it. This is the 6-speed gated manual. I love this colour. This colour is absolutely wonderful. The cream leather interior. Yes, I think I like this car very much. I don't think I want to drive it though, because I'm afraid I'm going to damage it. So that's maybe not something we'll be seeing on the channel anytime soon. But nevertheless, we like that anyway. It's getting a bit crazy in here, viewers. We've had a couple of Imprezas turn up. They're both 2004 to 5. I think we've seen these before actually. They are the blob eye ones. The Hawkeyes were a little bit later than this. I don't know which I prefer really. I think I sort of prefer the blue one. I don't know. They're very similar. They're both WRX STI ones. And then we've got Ferrari 328 GTS. Yes. Sorry viewers, I had to stifle a sneeze there. So we've got the 328 GTS in Rosso Corsa with the cream interior. And then we've got a Testarossa. Because, you know, why not? Why not have a Testarossa and a very appropriate plate on there? Not much more to say really, viewers. Let's have a look inside because someone's left the window open. So we can have a look inside the Testarossa. Gated 5-speed manual, dogleg gearbox in here. Look at this interior. That is rather wonderful. It's not every day you sort of see these at shows and things like that, is it? And then we've got, yeah, the 328. I'm looking at the interior of this as well. Another gated dogleg 5-speed manual. A little bit cheap from Testarossa, but you know, not cheap. So one WW and WW1. So there we go. Wow, this is quite an evening. This plenty of entertainment going on, but I think I must finish. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for even more incorrect information.